You are most likely single, otherwise you wouldn't be on this video and you wouldn't have clicked on it. And the reason why you're single might be surprising to you. I know it's not to do with women. It's not because you haven't found the right person. It is to do with you. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exact reasons why you are single, 5 of them to be precise, and how men blaming external factors on why they are single is why they are single. Let's get into it. So to give you some context, I am a full-time dating coach. I'm coaching well over 500 guys right now. You're probably wondering, how do I manage that? Well, I have group coaching, I have one-to-one, I have a video course. So it's spread out kind of evenly across this. And you would be surprised in the average guy who comes to me. The average guy who comes to me, he's not this 40-year-old virgin. He's not this loser. He is successful. He has things going for him. He's good looking in most cases. Now, the issue is he's missing many of the key pieces that would actually lead to him getting into a relationship. So for example, sometimes he can get matches. Sometimes he can start a conversation. Very rarely he may get a date, but he's certainly not getting second dates, and he's certainly not getting women queuing up to want to meet him. And approaching, let's not even go there because he ain't doing it. Now let's call this guy James for argument's sake. When James came to me, it was very simple. We first fixed his mindset, which led to more confidence. We then worked on his communication skills. We made sure that every time he opened his mouth, he was communicating in a way which screams value. I like myself. I'm worthy. You'll be lucky to have me, rather than communication which screams insecurity and low self-esteem. Then we take some pictures. Then we build his dating profiles and his Instagram. Then he starts getting matches. We then give him a texting framework which then converts those matches into dates. Then he goes on dates. Then we teach him, what do you do step by step on a date to be successful, whatever it may be you want. Then he gains some more confidence because now it's working. Now he can start doing some approaching because he's not afraid of women. Now he has multiple women he can date. Now he can have a girlfriend and happily ever after. This is how it goes for 99% of guys. The 1%, they don't do the work. So let's get into it. Reason number 1 why you're still single in 2026, your pictures are shit. Okay, there's no other way to say this. If you are not putting massive amounts of efforts into your pictures, you ain't gonna get results. And I don't care if you tell me I'm not photogenic, because some guys do say this. It does not matter. You can become better at this. I'll flash up some pictures of me before, somewhere here, and me now, or the pictures I used to attract my wife, for example, the 200 plus dates that I went on. What do you notice about these pictures? I got better at posing, at moving my face in a certain way, at looking like I knew what I was doing. And what was the outcome? Lots of matches, lots of opportunities on Instagram, dates, relationships, etc. Okay? And the pictures aren't even that complicated. You need 6 pictures, okay? Lifestyle, masculine, competent, sex appeal pictures, okay? You practice, you practice, you practice. You can buy a tripod like what I'm filming on now. You can hire a photographer as long as it's not too professional, because then that can do the opposite effect. And eventually, after some trial and error, you will find a profile which works. For example, I had 6 pictures that I was testing, and I practiced and I changed the order of these pictures. One set of order got me, let's say, 10 matches in one day. I changed it round. I got 30 matches in one day. That's how much difference it can make. Women aren't looking through your entire profile. They look at the first, maybe second picture. Yes, no, okay? That's how little time you have to capture her attention. So yes, you'll need to test your pictures. It's not that complicated. Now, reason number 2 why you're still single. You text like you are desperate. The average man has no idea how bad he is at texting. Now, again, I'll flash up on screen now. Really bad texting. Look at it, pause it, screenshot it, and some really good texting somewhere around me. And what you'll notice is the good texting is abundant. It's removed. It's not dependent on an outcome. You can tell the guy just does not care whether he gets the date or not. He's not trying to impress her. Whereas the bad example, he's overly nice. He's trying to please her. He's lowering his own value and status with the language that he uses, the emojis, the exclamation marks, and he's ultimately communicating, you are better than me. Why would a woman meet you if you're communicating, you're better than me? She's not going to. She wants a man who she feels like is above her, okay? Which is why you have to learn to text in a way which communicates this. Imagine a business meeting at work and you have to go and give a presentation to a board of directors. If you walk in there to the board of directors and you have to discuss some changes and you go, so today guys, I just think we should maybe, go over this. Are they going to take you seriously? Are they going to have confidence in you? No. Whereas if you walk in there, okay guys, so today this is the agenda. We're going to cover this, this and this. We're doing this because we need to do this. This will be the outcome. What do you think? They're going to think, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah, let's do it. Same in texting. dating, okay? She's not going to give you a free pass because you think you are a great guy. She doesn't know you. Reason number 3, which is probably the worst thing that I see guys doing, which is they are waiting for the right person to find them. If this is not the most idiotic advice or thing I've ever heard in my life, I do not know what is. You would not believe how many guys I speak to who say, yeah, I'm just working on myself, waiting for her to come along. All my family and friends tell me when the time is right, she'll appear. What is she, a fucking genie? Is she gonna just pop up out of nowhere and just come into your life? Why are you so naive and arrogant to think that's how dating works? Why do you think you're so special? She's just gonna pick you because of who you are. If you were wanting to become a professional football player, would you expect to be picked for Division 1 or Premier League, for example, just because, you can kick a ball? No, you train, and maybe you get scouted, okay? If you're lucky. There is no such thing as the one that will find you. You have to find her. Women have no incentive to go out and really try hard in dating because they don't have to. They have that many options. They can't just take a back seat and wait for guys to come to them. So yes, to some degree, you will have to make the first move. Obviously, you are the man. But really, all this means is you have very good dating app pictures, so then they swipe and like you, and they will message you first. Again, I'll show an example of me haul here. And then in person, you dress well, you walk well, you move with confidence, you look the part. You have a good physique and a low body fat. She's then gonna look at you and flick her hair back and smile at you. That's her choosing you. That's your green light to go and approach her. That's the only way a woman is gonna come find you. But even then, you have to make the first official move and break that contact properly, okay? I'm guessing you're probably in your late 20s, 30s, maybe late 30s at max. Maybe you're a bit older, some guys. Oh, there's no issue in that. Ask yourself how many women that are like 10 out of 10 my ideal type have just came and found me. I'm gonna guarantee it's 0 because the only girls that will come to you are the girls you don't want. Point number 4, 0 abundance mindset. So let's break down exactly what the abundance mindset is and why you need this. The abundance mindset, or the literal definition, is like you are abundant in a thing. So if you are abundant in money, money's meaningless. It's like GTA or Monopoly. You can just like dish it out, buy what you want when you want. You need that mindset in dating, which is the opposite of scarcity. Scarcity is you are desperate. You make decisions from a place of having a lack of options, okay? So let's say, for example, when you approach a girl, you always come across like you need her and you're pedestalizing her and being nice to her to impress her, and you'll do this subconsciously without even realizing. That's because you lack the abundance mindset, okay? But when you build the abundance mindset, you suddenly start coming from a place of, I don't care. I don't need you. If you want to come for a date, come for a date. I don't care. And when you have this aura and this energy, suddenly girls start looking at you and going, oh, okay, now I'll date him. Now you're probably asking, well, how do I develop this? First thing is you need to brainwash yourself. And in my description, there is mindset training you can do, which will do this. Look at interviews of Tiger Woods, of Ronaldo when he was a kid. They believed they would be the world's best before they were. You can and need to brainwash yourself that you are able to do something before you can do it. The second part is you need results, okay? You need to earn your stripes. So you need to find ways to get wins, to prove to yourself, okay, I have options. I can get girls, whether this is you doing some approaches and proving, okay, I can get some numbers, whether it's getting some matches on dating apps or getting dates themselves, okay? This is going to tell your brain, we can do this. Abundance mindset. And your abundance needs to be so strong that even when you are in my position where you're married, for example, you genuinely think and believe, if my wife left me, it's fine, I'll replace her. That sounds absolutely brutal and heartless, but that is the only mindset that will actually allow you to keep your girl in your life. If I subconsciously was worried about my girl leaving me, she'd be able to tell, and slowly she'd pull away over time. Death by 1,000 cuts. Very slowly over time, she'd lose desire for me and respect for me, okay? And eventually, the straw would break the camel's back, okay? And she'd run away or cheat or do something, okay? That's how this works. And point number 5 is you're not willing to be uncomfortable. In my mindset document, which is like my alchemy of self, where I retrain my subconscious, exactly what I just mentioned in the previous step, one of my affirmations is I accept the pain and I bring it on, okay? Repeat that back to yourself. I accept the pain and I bring it on. This applies to everything in life, whether it's money making, the gym, getting women, whatever it is. Because a lot of you're trying to date on easy mode. You're trying to date it from this comfortable place where you don't really do approaches. You don't really take pictures. You don't really put yourself out there. And then you're butthurt when you don't get the results that you want. I have so many guys that are waiting and waiting and waiting because they're, I just don't really feel comfortable doing this. I don't care. You don't need to feel comfortable. You shouldn't feel uncomfortable. The comfort zone is not where you are going to grow and learn and get better. You're only going to push yourself and improve by being uncomfortable. Nobody has ever become a great man by being comfortable. Listen to that again. Rewind it. Scroll back, whatever it's called these days. Rewinding's a bit old-fashioned. You get the point, okay? And the longer you try and remain in your little comfort bubble, the harder it's going to be for you to ever have the results you want. And I promise you, you are guaranteed to settle for some woman who you don't really find attractive, you're not really into her, and you know you can do better purely because you were too scared to be a bit uncomfortable and go and approach that girl, or go and get some pictures taken, or go on some more dates. dates, okay? Because that's really all it comes down to. Now, of course, it's gonna massively help you to have somebody guiding you through this, because I don't expect you to do this by yourself unless you want to spend 10 years through trial and error like I did, because that's exactly what I did. You can do this in a few month period, guaranteed. Go to my website, the link in my description. You'll see the hundreds of testimonials of guys getting girlfriends, getting dates, getting sex, whatever it is you want, okay? And it is a very repeatable process. I can walk you through that. You can go to my entry-level video course, which is the first few modules, if you want. There are things you can do to improve this, so you aren't doing this by yourself. Or you keep consuming dating content. You don't make any progress. See what happens then. If you want to learn more, like I just said, link in my description. Until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.